Hi. My name's Dana. Anyone that watches my show knows I'm trans, non-binary, and sick. I am a victim of bullying, torture, and abuse, and also a chronic health condition that can cause a lot of personal pain, physical pain, and the abuse, torture, and trauma also can cause somatic pain and actual physical strain on your body. Your hormones can physically change you over time as well. I had a terrible back surgery and head injury that have ruined my life. But why I'm talking about this, some of my ancestors are from Iran. I wanted to talk about this book because I'm a victim, and I hope one day I will be a survivor, but I wanted to tell you why I like this book. Most of my life has been pretty intense and miserable. I've had a lot of physical pain and emotional pain, and there was no need for it. There really was no need for it. A lot of my life has been exploited. Some of my very personal and private thoughts, my personal music, artwork, my talent has been stolen and abused. Celebrities in Hollywood. I spent months writing affidavits to Warner Brothers, Universal Pictures, Universal Music about the stealing and the bullying from some of their clients. And it didn't change anything. And it is hard to daily wake up in my body and know that the world is so uncaring about abuse, about stealing, about abusing people of color, about abusing trans, about abusing and stealing personal property, and what Hollywood gets away with. So if you want to meet someone miserable that says that suicide is not an option, you're meeting that person. And that's why I applaud this book. I've been abused, I've been tortured, I've been traumatized, I've been neglected, I've been denied care, I've been abused in hospital settings, I've been abused sexually, and it all could have been prevented. It's very sad, but people that have gone through things like I have gone through often feel like suicide is the only answer, and that's not true. What I like about this book is it shows you the thinking of the girl that has planned the ideation, and then it shows her complex grief. And I want to reach out to anyone right now that is struggling with suicide, self-harm, that is being bullied. Perhaps you're trans, perhaps someone has exploited you sexually, maybe someone has stolen from you, maybe you're like me, you've been let to be abused and taken from, and the world does feel like it's very bleak. That is the thinking, this girl has, and it's not something she's done, and it's not something you've done either. Being prone to suicide ideation comes from something usually someone else has done or a consequence. Native Americans do not believe in suicide. They believe it spreads darkness, which technically, being around suicide increases your risk of having a suicidal ideation. Why is that so? Because it causes complex grief. That sorrow of a family member killing themselves, a loved one killing themselves, is complex grief. You may be predisposed, maybe genetically to it, but the complex grief of that is, again, someone else's behavior, but it can hurt you. So a lot of the things that are other people's behaviors can cause thoughts of suicide and self-harm, and it is, I'm sure it's overwhelming at the time, but it's not your fault. If you are, chronically ill like I am, if you have been chronically abused like I have been, if you've been chronically traumatized, if you've been, exploited, stolen from, you feel like nobody has your back, those feelings of helplessness or, just, feelings of despair, I really want you to reach out to someone, and I'd like you to read this book. I would really like for you to read this book, and also look at the references in the back for help. Sometimes when you're going through something traumatic and grieving, you are very focused, on that grief, and it's usually not anything you've done. It's, consequences around you. And what we also need to think about is a lot of people are hurting too, and we don't want to spread that darkness. So my life is very sad. I've had a lot of physical pain and emotional pain that could have been prevented and never needed to happen. And it is emotionally makes me sick to think about it. And I want to ask God, why me? Why did you pick this child? Couldn't you have picked anybody else to have this life? It's been pretty miserable. It is agonizing. But I have to tell you that suicide's not an option. It's definitely something you should never do, and you need to reach out when you start to have these thoughts. I really like how the book shows the timeline and her thinking. I think it's good for a parent to read. And I also just want to affirm anybody right now that has any part of their life that they want to get help with, has any, trauma or abuse, please reach out. Please reach out to someone that is trusted. Please reach out to someone that, a healthcare professional. Please talk to somebody about it. I want you to think about it. You're not the problem. This world's dark and nasty right now, but you didn't cause it. And we need you. I need you. And it can't get better without us. So again, I want to thank James Patterson for writing this book. There's only one line in it that I hated, and he'll know what line that is. And Emma Raymond. And then some of the resources are Crisis Text Line, crisistextline.org, National Alliance of Mental Illness, NAMI.org, National Institute of Mental Health, National Suicide Prevention Lifeline, Teen Line, and WhartonLine.org. But don't let anyone exploit you for what's going on in your life. Get direct help and seek seek professional help because you're worth it, you're worthy, and if anyone would know, I would know. I love you. Never give up. There's always a way. There's always an option. I love you. Don't give up. I'll be free one day and safe.